What's going on YouTube? It's JB Tech Fanatic and I'm back again with another video. As always, I want to start this video by thanking each and every one of you for joining me today. I'm absolutely honored for those of you who have taken their time to watch my videos, and I would be absolutely honored if you would consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button and don't forget to click the notification icon so you know when the latest content drops. And we have a lot of new stuff coming this year that I'm really excited about. Today, I just wanted to do a quick video. I've had a lot of my subscribers and viewers ask what phone they should get, the Note 9 or the Pixel 3 XL. Now, what I've decided to do is I got both phones and I decided to live with them every day and use them as my daily driver together. Now, of course, they have separate phone numbers and I would kind of use one and then use the other to get a feel as what I felt is better. Now, to be very honest, this is a weird situation for me because I'm a huge Samsung fan. I am a diehard Note fan, but Google, I absolutely love Google. My house runs on Google. I believe the Google Assistant is the only way to go. So there's so many things that make me like both manufacturers or products. First and foremost, I got the Pixel 3 XL, and when I started to use it, I actually thought I hated it. Number one, you've heard it a million times, but the notch, I just don't get it. I don't understand the obsession of going all the way to the edge with the screen when you're really not doing so because you're putting a big black notch in the middle of the screen. Now, you could shut that notch off. However, what's the point of having a bigger screen? When you do that, you lose quite a bit of the screen. Secondly, when it's compared to Samsung and it comes to screens, you just can't compare. I mean, you can hate Samsung if you want, but they make the best phone screen that I've ever seen. The colors are better, the brightness is better, and this again, guys, is my opinion. So watching videos and just overall using the phone, I like the Samsung Note 9 better. Next, the camera. Now, almost all my favorite YouTubers, they're all much bigger than I am. They always pick the Pixel devices over really every other device simply based off the camera. Now, the Note 9's camera is pretty amazing, so I thought to myself, there's no chance. If I'm being completely honest with you, I found that the Pixel 3 XL has a better camera. I don't know why or what it is or how they do it with their software, but it's much more detailed, it's just clearer, it's just better. Now, the next thing is when you take pictures, we judge photos based off of what we see on the screen. We hardly ever develop the photos and then decide which one looks better. Now, we did some Christmas photos with them. I didn't get a lot of that, but I did get to see a few. And strangely enough, the Note 9's pictures developed, in my opinion, better than the Pixel 3 XL's. So next thing you have is the software for the camera. Now, the Pixel 3 XL has some really cool tricks up its sleeves. In the camera, they have, when you go to the more settings here, they have something called Photosphere, a photo booth, slow motion, playground, lens, and then the settings and the night sight. But playground is pretty cool. You could basically, and my kids love this, you can add people like Iron Man to your photos, and there are actually a living character that moves around. Now, I'm not sure if you could pick this up very well on my lens there. If not, I'll give you a screenshot. But there's a live character who will react to you. So it's a lot of fun. Trying to let you guys hear that on the mic, but it's really fun and they do some really neat things. Now, when it comes to recording videos. I really believe that the Note 9 is far superior when it comes to videos. So this is my next problem. So you got the Pixel 3 XL and then you have the Note 9, and they're roughly the same cost. So in the Note 9, you could put an SD card in. In the Pixel XL, you can't. But Google offers the Pixel owners unlimited storage, which we get in any Android device, except with their device at any quality, as long as it comes from this phone. Well, that is an issue in itself, because they said it only goes, I believe, to 2021 or 22. So if you were to do that, and let's just say you have a bunch of 4K video of your family and you have photos, now a couple years go by, Google can easily say, you know, it's not free anymore. You have all these photos and videos up there. Now you need to pay us X amount a month to be able to view them. It's just not as good as having an SD card. That's great that they offer that for now, but for the future, it just never works out well when it comes to online storage. They always end up upping the price, and you're kind of out when it comes to that. The next thing, headphone jack. Again, I don't understand why they don't just put a headphone jack. You know, when you have this huge intrusive notch here that has sensors in it, I'll give you that. Throw a headphone jack in there. Why not? The headphone jack, I realize that, you know, Bluetooth headphones are a big thing, and you're talking to someone that's crazy about technology, and I probably got, I don't know, 15 different kinds of Bluetooth headsets. There is uses like running a microphone out or just plugging it into your car. Things that you don't always have Bluetooth accessible as an option. So I wish that they would have put that there. Now, as far as software goes, everyone that I watch always talks about pure Android, the pure Android experience. If I'm being completely honest with you, I actually do not enjoy the pure Android experience over Samsung's Samsung experience. Now, in the past, people were so worried about Samsung phones because about 6 months later, you would start to get this lag and the phone would kind of change. Now, I believe that is because the RAM. Back then, you know, 2, 3, 4 gigs of RAM in the Notes or, you know, the S series wasn't enough. With the Note 9, and this one's the 512 with 8 gigs of RAM, and I also have the 6 gig of RAM version, 128 gigs, it does not miss a step ever. It's so lightning fast. So you take the Samsung experience and you compare it to Android, and you realize that basically everything that they're adding to, you know, the new Android versions, Samsung's been doing it for years. Multi-window, you know, all these functions that they're doing, and Samsung experience does it better. It functions better. So that was such it's just hard to get used to when you're going between the two. It's kind of like, I would almost tell you, if you are a Samsung fan and you've been with Samsung for a while, it's a big adjustment actually to go to stock Android. Though many things are similar to each other, there's a lot of things that are just done differently and they don't work as well, and it actually caused a little frustration. So, you know, that is one thing that I found, because on the flip side of it, when it comes to Google, oh man, the features on the Pixel are so amazing. You can have the phone answer for you. If, let's just take example, a bill collector calls you. You simply just tell the phone that you want it to answer. It will write out what they're saying. It will ask them why they're calling you. And then you can either ask them through Google why they're calling you. Is it important? And Google will type it as fast as you write it and then relay the message live to the person on the other line. Now, this is such a useful feature and I love it. Here's the thing. Google can put that on the Note series. And eventually, because these are Android devices, I believe they will. The next thing that I find really cool about this, and that I really didn't think I would, is the squeeze. So you squeeze it and Google pops up. And it's actually quite addicting because you definitely feel the squeeze. It gives you a vibrate kind of motion, and I really like that. Speakers. The speaker on the front-facing speaker, it's loud. It kind of vibrates your phone. It's a little tinty for my ear. I don't know. It's almost like a screeching noise, but it's definitely loud. And, for a lot of people, I think that's what they want. They just want it to be loud. Now, the Dolby Atmos on the Note 9, I think it sounds better, but the Pixel 3 XL definitely gets a little bit louder. However, the overall experience, in my opinion, is better on the Note 9. So, what phone should you get? Now, you're talking apples to apples almost in price, and we're talking hardware. So you're paying really for the hardware because software can be added later. So I believe the Pixel XL is a great phone. I think a lot of people will enjoy it. I have nothing against it. I'll continue using both, but I think it's a $500 phone. As crazy as that sounds, they did not put the headphone jack in there, right? So there goes a mark against them. They didn't put the SD card slot in there. There's a mark against them. You have to deal with the notch. There's a mark against them. The screen is just not as good. And forget about specs here. Just visually speaking, it's not as good. They have really cool wall savers that have live motion, but Samsung has the theme store. And if you have not used the theme store means that you, at any moment, and there's lots of free ones, and then they, run from $1 to a couple dollars, you could change the way your phone looks and feels entirely. From the dialer to the settings menu, everything will change with the theme. It's something that I've now figured that I can't live without. It's almost like Samsung has brought us a product that has features that I can't live without. The next thing, Samsung Pay versus Google Pay. Google Pay works if you're at a newly renovated store that has NFC, same like Apple Pay. Samsung Pay works everywhere. Samsung Pay now gives you cash back at almost all the major retailers. Samsung Pay is so important to me that I can't leave without my Samsung phone anymore. Like, if I'm gonna use this, I would always have to have this one with me and connected because I use Samsung Pay that much. And I have literally gotten thousands now. I'm about $2,200 in free Visa gift cards from using Samsung Pay and all of its promotions. So battery life would be next. The battery life on the Pixel is great, but again, I'm still getting a better battery life out of the Note 9. There's more screen real estate. The cameras, the front-facing cameras, there is some cool software features on the Pixel XL. You can pinch to zoom out, which helps you fit people in. But again, Samsung has its own wide-angle shots. So the camera on the front, to me, they're kind of neck and neck as far as quality goes. But, not one or the other as a deal breaker. My opinion is that this Pixel XL should have a substantially better camera just because of the gigantic area that they're using for the notch. So, do I like the Pixel 3 XL? I do. I like it a lot. At the price, if you were to pay $1,000 and $1,000, I would say Note 9 all the way. If you could get this, maybe for $500, it might be something you want to look for. But overall features, the Google Assistant works far better, of course, on the Pixel device. And that, in my mind, is why when I first started using the Pixel 3 XL, honestly, guys, I hated it. I was thinking, God, how do I hate this phone so much? And those features from Google, because again, I'm a huge Google fan, started to make me really like the phone. But the hardware aspects of it, and again, I'll throw up the comparison so you can see exactly all the specs. It just makes the difference. The hardware aspect, in my mind, with the Samsung experience, giving you the features that you get in the Pixel 3 XL, the Note 9 is still the top dog for 2019. Even with the S10 coming out, I would still recommend grabbing the Note 9. I've seen buy one, get one free promotions. I've seen a lot of promotions on it. But guys, bottom line, Note 9 all the way. If I rated these phones on a scale right now, I'm actually going to give the Note 9, guys, hear this, a 10 out of 10. And that's insane for a phone because I have yet to own one phone up until this one that has not let me down within the first few months. And if I was to rate the Pixel 3 XL, I would give it a 6 to 7. But think of this. If Samsung and Google would just get together and Samsung would get all the latest Google features, oh man, this phone would just be unbeatable. It's almost at this point now, anything else that comes out is just going to be gimmicks to get us to buy new phones. Because at the end of the day, how much better can you really get on a phone than the Note 9? Software tweaks, maybe. I don't know. But that's my feeling so far. What we'll do is I'll probably do another video separately on the Pixel 3 XL by itself, and we'll take a closer look at all of its features. But today, I'm going to go with the Note 9. If you have not bought your phone yet and you have an upgrade, I highly recommend that you put the two side by side. You do your own comparison because, guys, this is just my opinion. As a channel, I want to just give you my honest feedback, and I want you to make the decision that makes you happy because it's your hard-earned money. It's not mine. You know, they're talking us into buying these phones every year, but let's not pretend for one moment that these phones are not extremely expensive, especially when you consider you could buy really nice laptops and in some cases TVs for the same price as a phone. But there you go. Samsung Note 9 versus the Pixel XL3, sorry. This is my opinion on which one I would pick would be the Note 9. And I can't talk, sorry. But let's slow it down for just a second. As always, I want to just take a moment and just remind you, life is so short. Life is about taking care of each other and just doing good in this world. This world is just getting out of control. Every time I turn on the news, it just seems to get worse, and we are the only people that can change it. Love your family. Love your neighbors. Go out and do something kind for someone today. It could be something small. Help someone put their groceries away in their car. Help out someone, you know, that can't eat. Help them get a meal. Do something, and doing these small gestures will change the outcome of this world. I am so absolutely honored that you took the time to spend and hear about these phones. If I missed anything as far as just covering the two versus each other, please reach out to me in the comments section. You can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at JBTechFanatic. I look forward to talking to you. Thank you all for considering subscribing to my channel. I'm going to be going to CES soon, and we're going to be seeing all the new and latest, greatest tech, and I'm so excited about this year. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you in the comments soon, and until the next time, you be safe, take care. I'm JB Tech Fanatic, and I'm out. Peace.